attach this to the video. One of my clients, David, just finished his 5th session, and we did a kind of a little bit of a review testimonial. I'm not sure what to call it. And I'm going to leave this on right after this. And he did not want to be in the video, and that's why I'm leaving this right now. So he was off to the side over here, but the volume came through just fine, so everything's good there. So David's here, and we're going to do another session today. And just wanted him, he said something as he was walking out the door last time that I thought, oh, I got to get that on video. So basically, what did you say when you were walking out the door about my course?
It was, I think I said it was unbelievable. It was the most unique course I've ever taken, and I'd never expected to learn so much over the course of 2 days.
Right.
And I think why I was so shocked was mainly because it brought mind, body, and spirit all together. And
Right.
in classes I'm used to taking, it's science or math or everything's in your mind. You're in one part of your brain and you don't necessarily get out of that.
Right,
Whereas
definitely.
In some of the exercises, you could feel and notice your body start to calm down and kind of just get out of your mind, I guess.
Okay, talk about that a little bit, about getting out of your mind.
Yeah, I think often part of it for me was at the beginning. It's like filtering myself. I think I'm in my head and almost trying to say what I think someone else wants to hear. Whereas after a few sessions, it was like I got to know what I want. The first thing that pops into my head, that's what I'm going to say, which is kind of refreshing. I don't need to be saying what everyone else wants to hear, kind of thing.
Right. I'm going to clarify what he's talking about. And it was a really good learning for him. And I would say 100% of my clients over the last 20 plus years have had the same problem. I really had to drill and look, what is it you want to say? And that's a huge part of what this course is about. So basically what he was doing was he would be like, oh, he saw a girl, he liked her, and this is what he wanted to say. But then I'm going to use your word, you would filter it and go, is that the right thing to say? And then you get a second thought, is that the right thing to say? And you get a third thought. And then he said, I would generally tell her the 4th or 5th thought of idea that came to your mind. And then I said, why? And so basically, what was the reason why? Do you remember?
I think I wanted to say what she wanted to hear. I thought I had to tell her the right answer, or even if it was a simple thing like, oh, I like this. Do you like this? And maybe I hated it, but I thought, oh, if I hate it, she's not going to like me, whatever. And then so it would say the 4th, 5th answer on the list rather than just saying whatever I thought.
Right. So now let me ask you a question. How complicated did that make things when you would think A, B, C, D? Which one's the right one to say? Should I say this? No. What about that? So did that make it easy to talk to women, or did it complicate the hell out of it?
It totally complicated it.
Right.
Yeah. Made it a bit of a nightmare, honestly. Just stressful. Like, why can't I just say the first thing that pops into my head?
Right. And the reason why I bring this up is because a lot of guys come to me. I'm a master hypnotherapist, NLP trainer. I'm a master practitioner of timeline therapy, and I do energy healing and stuff. And they think, well, I've got an issue that needs to be healed, or a psychology issue that we need to deal with. And I told you, the first session, I think 90% of the issues that you have with women are simply because you're not really connecting with who you are inside what I call yourself, and just saying, boom, this is what I think. This is what I feel, this is what I hear, this is what I want to say, and I'm saying it. Without even thinking that, you just, boom. I like chocolate. I don't like chocolate. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Now, another thing I tell my clients is how this simplifies their entire life. And it not only simplifies, but how it will affect your life, whether it's sales, business, learning in college. You learned something last week that'll change high school too. Just learning in general, how to open up and receive more information. All right. So, I'm trying to simplify this. So let me put this in a simple way. Okay. One of the things when guys come to me, and it's every time, I don't care if the first time they call me on the phone, bump into me in the street, it's like, well, what's the right thing to say? He's smiling right now, by the way, and he's like, yeah, I was doing that. Here's why the men do that. Is because their left brain is the black and white brain. It's the either or brain. It processes in, it's either this or it's that. Which one is the right thing to say? And I even wrote up my notes today. I put, the right thing to say is the wrong thing to say every single time, because you're coming from the wrong place. You're coming from, what does she want to hear? You're not coming from, this is who I am. You see the difference now?
Yep.
And this is what I'm saying, whether you like it or not. And that's what a lot of guys don't understand is when you're coming from your logic, she's looking at you like, why doesn't he just tell me what he thinks or what he feels? See, when women say, why doesn't he tell me what he thinks? She doesn't mean what you logically think. She means what you feel is technically, it's what do you like? I like cherries. I don't like them. I like strawberry ice cream. I don't, because it feels good. To me, it tastes good. I like it. I know it's kind of a vague way, but does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
So trying to, without going in depth in the course, but the left brain is the either or brain. And when you're coming from that mentality, it puts her in that box. And what you do is you disconnect her from her mating system and you put her in a very uncomfortable place. And now she's having to respond from that box place. And the problem is you just put yourself in the friend zone, and that's not good. And if you're married, it's going to irritate the shit out of your wife. Guaranteed. And over years and years and years, she's like, I can't. I've actually heard women scream, I can't take it anymore. I'm done. It's over. Because of that one little thing. Tell her what you think. Tell her what you feel. If she doesn't like it, too bad. Because didn't we talk last week how you're not actually being honest with someone when you're saying, what do I think that she's going to want to hear?
Yep.
And I can't tell you how many times women will come to me like, why don't men just tell us what they actually feel or what they actually think about something? Why do they always have to lie? I'm like, guys don't lie. What are you talking about? And then I was like, oh, you mean like when they're trying to make you happy and make you like them? They're like, yes. Because instead of eating the bowl of chili that I made or bought him and going, I can't stand this. This is horrible. They will lie. This is so delicious for 6 months. And then after 6 months, a year, they're like, oh, I hate this stuff. And you're like, since when? What's wrong with it? I've always hated it. It's like, why didn't you tell me in the first time? Does that make sense?
Yep.
Sorry if I'm being a little too passionate here. But what I'm trying to explain to you guys is when you come from your logical brain, that just ruins relationships. Because the relationship part of your brain is the right brain. And that's the main thing that you started talking about earlier. Were we recording when you were talking about the mind, body, spirit thing? You weren't, were you? No.
I don't think so.
No, because actually you wrote the notes. That's why. Mm-hmm. So that's a big part of what this course is about, is coming from your body, coming from yourself. You do that now, women are like, oh, now I can get to know you. Was that a big lesson last time?
Totally. Yeah, I think learning about the internal awareness, and even just walking around, I can feel it, that whether I'm on a bus or on the way somewhere, I can feel that I'm not so stressed. So whether it's tapping or like I'm able to slow down my breathing, you can see how people react when you're calm and you know who you are and you're present.
Right.
And noticing that just in the past week was it's just unbelievably powerful.
One thing I want to let you guys know is I'm not just some guy off the street saying, hey, take my course, I'm cool, listen to me give you advice or tips. I don't even believe in tips at all. I've studied psychology, NLP, hypnosis, Ericksonian hypnosis, timeline therapy, Reiki, Huna, pranic healing. I studied with Buddhist monks from Laos. These are monks from Laos. So real briefly, I studied psychology at Arizona State and Chico State and also Solano Junior College. I would study NLP for 12 years. Now, what I mean study, I mean I was going to 2-week, 3-week, and 5-week certification courses that were 8-9 hours per day where you would get 1 day break in the middle of it, okay? These are very intensive. They have home study programs that take you about a month to finish. You would have to complete one of the courses they wanted you to do it 3 times before you took the first course, which I did. And then they have the Master Practitioner Home Study course, the Trainer's Training Home Study course, and on and on. So I have studied my ass off. So I'm someone who goes in there and makes neurological changes inside your brain. I use a lot of NLP techniques to help you shift and see things from different perspectives. The second core piece is I'm teaching you unconscious strategies that trigger the female mating system and attract women directly to you. So, although this is a seduction course, it's not like any of the other pickup artist courses at all. It's different. This is not something you memorize. It's not a bunch of lines and openers and tactics and techniques that you memorize. No, it's a learning how to communicate in these hidden patterns that trigger attraction in a woman. It literally unlocks attraction. Here's the cool thing. You don't have to play games. You don't have to play hard to get. You don't got to do any of that stupid shit, okay? This is a complete mind conditioning course. That's the third core piece where David talked about the internal awareness techniques, okay? These are techniques that completely relax you and ground you emotionally, and you feel really calm. You feel really comfortable talking to people, men and women, strangers, friends, anyone. It shifts your entire life. It'll help you in business. It'll help you in your social life. It'll help you when you go to clubs. It'll help you just enjoy being around people. For powerful seduction techniques, click subscribe, click the like button, go and make a comment, and I believe there's a donation link. It's a PayPal link right there in the description box. Better yet, buy my elite dating and relationship coaching system, the ultimate system. It comes with books, one-on-one coaching with me, and a complete transformation of seeing women from a completely different perspective. My book, Cracked Female Code, is in this package. That's it, guys. Click one of the links in the description box or go to seductionpower.com.